Amen.
Amen. So again, this promoting internship readiness among fourth year BS and English students through Project Handa Research will be conducting a second implementation but with a new topic to be discussed. So again, it is my pleasure to welcome to you our second speaker. For those who don't know her, she is a recent graduate of our very own Northern Bukidnon State College with a degree of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English, Dean's Lister. She is currently working as a cash for work at Teaching, Learning, and Knowledge Management Office. She will be sharing her insights on contextualized teaching that is relevant and crucial for all of us as we are going to be deployed in the field as future interns. Please help me welcome Miss Brittany C. Mangkawan. A round of applause, please.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. So,
Good
allow
evening.
me to present. Okay, wala pa. Okay. Allow me to present my presentation. Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Yes, ma'am.
confirmation. So, thank you so much for the invitation and for this opportunity that you have given to me. And I'm going to share my understanding, and some examples are based on my experience during the internship. So, I am given the topic contextualized teaching. So, let's move on. Let's first discuss the root word, which is context in the contextualized teaching. So, I have here, I have gathered three definitions of context. May I have someone to read the first, the second, and the third, and then if you want to share your insight about or your understanding about this, yes, you may. Who wants to share? You may raise your hand. Anyone? Okay, since no one's raising their hand,
Excuse.
um, yes, may audible.
Um, yes, ma'am.
Ay,
Ah,
wala pa nag-move
sorry,
ang
ma'am. Mahirap pa
audio.
na nakita yung screen, ma'am.
Okay, wala pa siya nag-move ba? Sa,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Medyo loading siya.
Okay, ra, ma'am.
Full screen na ang makita or dili mo siya?
In my end, ma'am, dili pa, ma'am. How about the
Oh,
others? Full screen na inyo ha? Or ako lang ang signal ang hina?
how about this? Full screen na siya or dili pa? Pero makita naman ba ang sa context na part?
Yes, ma'am. Makita siya, ma'am. Pero dili gyapon full screen in my end.
Sige lang. Okay, sige. Proceed na lang ta para dili makalas ang atong oras. So, I have here three definitions of context. Can anyone read and maybe want to share your understanding or your knowledge about context on your own words. Is it okay? Can anyone share, please? Or should I call someone? Can I have Miss Berlin to read the text, please?
Okay, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay, so context refers to the specific situations, environments, or settings in which learning takes place. Next bullet. Context refers to the surrounding circumstances or conditions that help clarify the meaning of an event, statement, or idea. Last one. Context in the classroom refers to the various factors and elements that influence teaching and learning within that specific environment.
Thank you so much, Ber. If any one of you wants to share their understanding or their insight about context, no one? Okay, so let's proceed. So, in order to understand an idea, there should be a context as it helps the idea make sense. So, the importance of context lies in its ability lies in its ability to shape understanding and interpretation in various situations. So, in education, context enhances learning by connecting new information to students' experiences, making it more relevant and memorable. So, let's try to make use of what we have understood about context in contextualized teaching. Sige, attention na full screen ba? Sige lang. So, what is contextualized teaching? May I ask Dimple to read the text, please? Or may I have Shikaina, Miss Shikaina?
So, contextualized teaching, it is an instructional approach that connects academic content to real world situation, making learning more relevant and meaningful for students as it requires active engagement of the learners in the learning process.
Okay, thank you so much. So, to put it simply, it is an approach that the teacher may use for the students to better understand the topic and for the students to find its value of the topic. So this is based on my experience as students and as an intern. So students will pretend to listen if you are not making use of any real world situation in your discussion, or you are not you do not try to um, use examples that are happening. So, maboard na sila kay dili sila ka-relate. That's a fact. So, you need to include real life examples as it will hook their interest. If you will be able to relate it to their personal life. So we say it is contextualized teaching because we are making use of what we have around us, what we see, what we experience, anything that we can relate. So that is called contextualized teaching. So let's try to narrow it down. Okay. So from the definition of contextualized teaching, here we have first connecting academic content to real world situations. So based on your opinion, what is connecting academic content to real world situation? So this is also based on what I have talked, what I have discussed just a while ago. Can I have Miss Lizelle? Is it okay, Miss Lizelle? You can share your opinion about what is connecting academic content to real world situations. All right, so let me discuss it. So connecting academic content to real world, it is about integrating lessons with practical applications and real life situations that students encounter outside the classroom or even inside the classroom. So what is practical application? It is about, again, relating the lessons to real life situations so that students can see the practical value of what they are learning and apply it to their real life as well. So, for instance, during my internship, our topic was I was able to discuss the types of conflicts, and at that day, two of their classmates had a conflict. So I used it as an example, and they were like, "Oh, that is man versus man conflict." So from that, it's about giving them examples that truly happen in real life or something that they have experienced or they have witnessed it. So another, we have immediate relevance. So what is immediate relevance? So when students understand how the knowledge applies to their lives or future careers, they are more likely to engage with the topic. So if the topic has an effect to them or if the topic is relevant to them, they will engage. Their interest will be hooked. Okay. So immediate relevance is the direct applicability of what students are learning to their current lives, interests, and also experiences. So when the lesson is tied to situations or challenges that students face right now, it enhances their motivation and engagement to participate during the discussion. So in teaching, students should be the center of learning. Please be reminded that we, as a teacher, as their teacher, we do not spoon feed them with information. They should be the ones to create um, the information. They should be the ones to create their knowledge. So we're now into the next, which is the active participation. So active participation of the students is very crucial. It is very crucial. But you as a teacher should think of activities wherein your students are required to participate. Since you are aiming for their active participation, you have to let them experience the activity. So first, we have here the hands-on learning. So contextualized teaching often incorporates hands-on activities such as projects, experiments, and simulations. So these activities require students to actively participate rather than passively absorb information, fostering a deeper understanding. So active participation includes experiments, projects, and simulations which help them to better understand, to use their brain, and then collaborative learning. So this is the second one. This approach frequently involves group work, discussions, and peer collaboration. This will allow students to share their perspective and learn from each other. So collaborative tasks like community service, projects, or group presentation enhance engagement and social skills. So hands-on learning, collaborative learning targets a lot of skills that students will develop. And then here we have the last one, which is the critical thinking. So engaging students in real world problem solving encourages critical thinking. So when you teach, make sure to ask questions that are based on real world, like questions starting with why or how. They will think of an answer to your question, and it could be based on their experience or their judgment. So, matubag nila ang question based on their judgment or based sa ilahang experience. So, why is contextualized teaching important? So, basically, in our diri ako siyang include. So, contextualized teaching is crucial because it makes academic subjects relevant to students' lives, helping helping them see the connection between what they learn and real-world applications. So, this relevance enhances motivation, engagement, as students can relate lessons to their own experiences and interests. So by incorporating hands-on activities, projects, and collaborative work, this approach encourages active participation and critical thinking. Additionally, it fosters an inclusive environment that acknowledges diverse backgrounds, promoting equity in education. And ultimately, contextualized learning prepares students not just academically, but also equips them with essential skills for navigating life beyond school. So contextualized teaching is really important for the students to again learn that is based on real life experience. Mas ma-engage man gud sila if makarelate sila. This is just based sa ako ang experience during this internship. And then you need to have a contextualized lesson plan for your contextualized lesson plan para sa imong discussion. Remember, you should not teach if wala kay lesson plan. Please bear in mind nga, dili gid mo i-allow sa inyong cooperating teacher nga wala mo'y lesson plan nga mag-teach mo sa students because lesson plan is your guide. Okay? So, I have here very, ano lang siya, kanang tips lang na ko siya sa lesson plan if you are aiming for contextualized lesson plan. So first, we have the learning objectives. We all know that learning objectives are very important. So you need clear goals that specify what students should know or be able to do by the end of the lesson connected to real-world applications. So this objective encourages students to engage with um, literature. This example, by the end of this lesson, students will be able to analyze and discuss the theme. For example, so that objective encourages students to engage with literature critically while making personal and social connections, enhancing their understanding of both the text and its relevance to their lives. So be sure that your learning objective targets any real world situation or kanang pang real world yun bitaw siya. Muna siya ang amo ang ginabuhat during internship para mas ma-motivate ang mga students na mag-participate sa klase and mag-do sa ilahang mga tasks. Then, materials and resources. So, make use of materials and resources that are available that we can see wherein the students can identify sa mga materials. Let's say, for example, mga technology lugar, sa kanang science lugar inana. So, make use of materials that are related to the topic and can hook the interest of the students. And other tips is kanang pag mag ICT based bitaw mo ang inyuhang PPT. If you are assigned sa grade 7, ang inyuhang PPT nga himuan kana yung colorful or dili sad nang mahawa na ilang attention sa kanang inyong topic ito wala sila nagtanawa sa inyong background sa inyong PPT. Your PPT should be kanang ano siya, maka-attract sa ilaha and kanang maka-engage sa ilaha bitaw kanang mag-learn, magtuon sila during your discussion. So, going back to materials and resources, so make use of real-world items or illustrations your instructional materials that are related to the topic and can hook the interest of the student. And then lastly, your instructional activities. So be mindful with sa inyong activities na gina-use. You have to consider a lot of things. Their safety, ang room na inyong ginagamit, ang mismo ang activity, if it is safe or um, it is kanang nasa ilahang level bitaw. Ano na siya. Also, you have to be inclusive. You need to consider their background. Kaya wala sa kabalo ang activity di ay kay kanang medyo ano sa ba kanang dili ayon sa ilahang culture yan or sa ilang ethnicity inana. And then the level of the students in their capacity. So I would highly suggest group activities, fun activities na kanang maka-participate gid silang tanan. Kana bitaw maka-move gid sila bitaw, ma-experience gid nilang activities. Maayo kay na siya nga kanang way para maka-learn sila and that is also based ako ang experience during internship. So I think that's all that I can share about contextualized teaching. I hope you have learned something from that. Thank you so much and God bless. So if you have question, you may ask, or if you want tips for the internship, you may ask me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So anyone who would like to ask question, you can share or kind of raise your hand if na may questions. This is an opportunity for us guys to ask questions pod sa atong upcoming internship. So this is our time to ask since Ma'am Brittany is a
Yes. Any
recent graduate.
questions na related? Yes. Any questions na related sa internship?
If you want tips, you can ask Ma'am Brittany. You're free to raise your virtual hand, everyone.
I am very much happy to answer you or someone nga tip yung gusto.
What
Any tip
what kind of
naman?
tips daw, Miss Loringel? Pili ang
Mm.
grade.
Okay, I'll read the question from Ma'am Zaira. Ma'am, nagpili mo grade level na tudloan ninyo or ang school ang nabot? Sa amo, first is gipapili mi og grade level sa amo ang head nga operating teacher. Pero pagka next wave or next nga shifting, wala namin gipapili. But I think depende sa siguro sa school. Kaysa amo na-assign ko sa MFNHS, inana siya. Anything you learn from your internship journey. Okay, grabe ka, kanang, bitaw, very essential, time management. Na-learn din ako ang time management. You have to make your lesson plan, your instructional material. So, you really need time management. And, part na gid na siya ang mabilar, hinimuay sa lesson plan, sa instructional materials. But just enjoy. Lingaw kayo ang internship if kanang i-enjoy lang gid nimo siya. Imo lang dili nimo siya hunaon nga burden or kanang obstacle. Hunaon nimo siya nga opportunity para maka-share sa students sa imuhang learnings and ma-share sad ang imuhang strategy sa pag-teach. And always obey your cooperating teacher. Kanang naman na sila yung mga suggestions na ipaprovide mo ana og notebook na sila yung mga suggestions nga ihatag. Dili sa gina-pressure but it is for your own good ang mga tips mga suggestions nila. It is for your own good para mag-enhance mo. Ano na siya? Then, good evening, ma'am. Na may specific na ginagamit or follow nga lesson plan. Sa ako gipapili ra ko sa ako ang cooperating teacher o kanang lesson plan. Pero sa uban na sa uban na ay kanang gi-require gyud. Sa ako detailed and then written. So basig matungnan mo ang written nga lesson plan, sulat-sulat pa gyud mo daan. Napay question. I'm very much happy to answer you. Do not pressure yourself kaya kayo ha pag mag-intern na mo. Do you have any other questions? So I hope you have learned something from our discussion this evening. Did you learn something? Or wala? Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for that confirmation.
So, anyone, napa ba follow-up questions or any tips nga i-ask kang Ma'am Brittany since she is very willing, our speaker is very willing to answer your questions or concerns or tips regarding sa related nga topic? None? Ay, napa. Si Dan na ay question si Dan Tatoy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Abi na kog naon ako ang mic. Okay. So, unsaon para mapadali? Well, actually, at first, higit siya dali. Labi na everyday gahimo, dili siya dali. Pero kalaunan bitaw kay dali ra siya. All you have to do is to familiarize your topic, um, kanang, isa pa ba, familiarize your topic, make use of strategies that are engaging, kanang ano siya, makalingaw siya sa students. Kay during internship sa ginagamit bitaw nako nga activities and strategies is student-centered gud siya. Very effective according to my students kay ganahan kay sila mag-learn in a fun way. So sa lesson plan, kalaunan, kadagayan, mapadali ra siya ang paghimo. And also, you may research for kanang mga about sa inyong topic, lesson plan, pero ayaw jud ninyo og gamita kay ma-plagiarize yun mo ana. And don't use ChatGPT para maghimo og lesson plan. ChatGPT na inyong gipahimo, dili na pwede. You may use ChatGPT to explain sa mga things para sa inyong discussion, pero do not use ChatGPT para sa tanan-tanan ninyo nga lesson. Wala na siya. I hope I have answered your question, Mr. Dan.
I think nag-raise og hand si Renant. Renant?
Ay,
Do you have-
natuplukan ra mi, sorry ka.
Okay, okay ra, thank you. So, naapa ba'y other nga muapas og question? None? Okay, so if wala na, let me take this opportunity to thank Ma'am Brittany, our speaker, since nagsugot siya sa amuang request nga siya nga amuang speaker sa ato amuang second session this sa Project Handa. And then, ma'am, thank you for sharing your expertise, especially sa kanang very insightful gid siya nga kanang discussion, ma'am, since it is more on real life experience, ma'am. And then for sure ang mga questions sa kining mga respondents or audience, kami future interns matake na mo imuhang mga suggestions and then lessons, ma'am, since relevant gid kaayo ang imuhang discussion tonight sa amo, ma'am. So the discussion is indeed insightful and interesting, and then we are very very grateful for your effort and time sa pag discuss somewhat tonight, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Everyone kindly give Ma'am Brittany a round of applause, please. So, before mag-end ang session, may I ask everyone to please open your camera. So everyone, kindly please open your cameras for photos. Photo op. Okay, Mira. Thank you. So mag-take ako pictures. So 1, 2, 3. Smile. 1, 2, 3. I think hinay ako ang signal. But yeah, I'm sure na-capture to na ako. So again, thank you so much, Ma'am Brittany, for sharing your insights, ma'am. And then we are very certain nga amo gito siyang magamit and matake ang imuhang mga gi-share. So thank you to sa mga respondents sa inyong time and effort sa pag-participate. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
You're
ma'am.
welcome, Dee. Thank you so much. Mag-leave na ko, Dee.
Pwede na, ma'am. Salamat kayo.
Pwede na.
Thank you.
Thank you kayo, ma'am.
Yay.
Walay problema, mes.
Welcome.
Late ka, oy. Bawion ang imong